2 decades since the October 7th massacre, Jewish students and professors have been harassed, assaulted, and demonized on many prestigious university campuses throughout the United States. From encampments of pro-Palestinian protesters to a lack of security measures and accountability from many of the university administrators, now a UCLA anesthesiologist and medical school professor is taking his cause to the highest of courts. Joining us now from the U.S. via Zoom is Dr. Nir Hoftman and lawyer Daniel Tilleman. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
So, Nir, let's start with you. Hard to believe I met you. It's almost been 2 years. You led a delegation in the months following the massacre. A delegation from UCLA. We sat down. We had a long conversation, about all of the things that were going on the campus, the coursework, the tropes, all of these different things that were really quite shocking. But what I don't think I realized and anticipated is that it was only going to get worse when you got back. So, what happened?
Well, I don't think I realized it was going to get worse either. We came on a solidarity mission to support Israel, and then when we came back, things imploded on our campus. First, within the medical school, there was just no true attempt to fix any of these issues. We were told, sure, we're working on it, we want to fix it, but instead it just kind of worsened and worsened with more courses featuring anti-Semitic instructors, more forced walkouts of the classes. And then, of course, unrelated to the medical school, but still within the UCLA ecosystem, there was the encampment, which was a crescendo of anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism.
And Daniel, talk to us about, for you as a lawyer, you're used to having to fight things in the courts. You're not, practicing anesthesiology and then dealing with all this legalese. Explain why, for you, this is such an important case and precedent setting, hopefully, for other campuses that are experiencing the same thing.
Well, it has to do with constitutional rights. These are professors. They're in their workplace. They should be able to go to their workplace and not have to be harassed and hear for the chanting of death to their people. And nobody should have to suffer that. And so one of the key issues that we're starting to see is this issue of free speech. Free speech, while the First Amendment protects free speech, it does not protect all conduct and all speech. You can't incite to violence. You can't call for people to go and start breaking the law. Those are serious issues, and there's a difference. And so that's something that we have to protect these professors from, that they should be able to go and do their job, and they're doing important work. And how can they do their job when people want them to die, literally, to cease to exist? And,
with that said, again, we're also talking civil rights, right? There is a difference between free speech and, like you said, the gaslighting. We're starting this encampment and then, leave us alone. We were being peaceful. You almost can't have it two ways. Explain in a legal manner why, free speech and these anti-Semitic incidents that are happening are really not one and the same.
Yeah, and that's the key issue right there. Some people they're trying to hide behind free speech, but free speech doesn't protect conduct. What we're seeing at many universities isn't just peaceful protest. It's a disruption, it's intimidation, it's in some cases harassment, violence, actual physical assaults. The right to free speech ends when it infringes on the rights and safety of other people.
Also, let's talk about, Nir, you're a plaintiff actually in 3 different cases. It's just not one thing, but the DOJ has, I want both of you to answer this, has actually, taken on this cause. This is a very big deal. How did that come about, and what are they able to do so far?
Well, I know from my perspective, the original lawsuit, which was again, trying to change the course of where the medical school and the university, the direction that they were going in, that was evaluated by the EEOC, which is a federal part of the federal government that basically investigates civil rights violations, and they had come to the conclusion that we had a very strong case and that everything that we had suggested seems to be true. The settlement talks with the university did not succeed, and then the Department of Justice basically, as far as I understand it, kind of took over the case, and they will be prosecuting it.
And Daniel, for you to be a part of this, I mean, do you foresee the fact that the DOJ is getting involved, that maybe there will be more, more cases like this, maybe from other campuses or people that have been afraid to speak up?
You would hope so. I mean, when the Department of Justice gets involved, that's a very serious thing. Most employers don't want that to happen. So when other universities and other professors and other students see that, hopefully it brings them, courage that they can step up, that they can speak up, because we're talking with many professors and many students around the country who are scared, and they have received threats, and they are being targeted in their workplaces, in their homes. And so we want to, with the DOJ getting involved, we hope that people will, have hope. Really, that's what it brings. It's bringing hope to a lot of people in the country.
Right. And also, Nir, I know it's also been quite sensitive for you, because even from the beginning, you were trying to go to the authorities. A lot of people's hands have been tied, but the fact remains. I know, I've seen the slides. I've seen the things that you sent me from a first-year required medical school class. That's pretty blatant. Please tell us more about that and how concerning that is a required class for first-year med students.
Well, I think the most blatant part of that is that I found out about this class in anti-Semitism in the medical school after October 7th of 2023, when one of the students became a whistleblower and talked to us about it. But she had already submitted a letter to the dean of the school a whole year prior, signed by chairs of departments, suggesting that there's anti-Semitism systematic in the curriculum and also in the administration and even in some of the faculty. And, her complaints were totally ignored. I spent, people think I ran straight to the courts. I spent over a year meeting with the dean and with other leaders and begging them to change and do an internal investigation into what's going on. And they just refused. And this snowball then escalated until it ended up in the government.
I know there was just a letter just recently that there's also a committee of the House of Representatives which sent a letter that both of you talk about that. Nir, you sent that to me. I mean, this seems somewhat positive that they're addressing that there's an investigation.
Yes, the House, which called the previous chancellor and vice chancellor to a hearing a year ago after the encampment, has now focused their investigation on the medical school and the curriculum and anti-Semitism, and also, focusing also on the admissions process. So there is definitely hope that we're making a change. And I just want to add one other thing. The Nazarian Center in the undergraduate campus, which is an Israel Study Center, was run up until recently by a Jewish man who is an anti-Zionist and actually wrote an LA Times article stating that, the encampment was peaceful, and even claimed that Israel was committing genocide and that Netanyahu should go to the ICC. That person has since been replaced with a Zionist and somebody who supports Israel. So we are making progress. It just takes time. One step at a time.
All right. Any final thoughts from you, Daniel, as you still have a lot of work to do? What is the best outcome, in your opinion, that could come out of this in a perfect world?
Well, I mean, right now, with the Department of Justice involved, that is the best case scenario. I mean, Trump really is trying to help the Jewish people that are here in America. He's trying to, vindicate their constitutional rights and the violations that have occurred. Right now, this is the best case scenario. We want change. I mean, the money is one thing, but people want change on these universities. They want to be able to go and do their job. And they want to be heard. They want a seat at the table and real change. What Nir was talking about, not just just throw me a bone. No, they want it to be real and permanent change.
All right. Thank you both so much for your candor, Dr. Nir Hoftman and Daniel Tilleman. Thanks again.